Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Jaded Angel Wrestling Podcast. And tonight we just watched the 2025 Royal Rumble. I am Draven Blaze.
The Joseph Jordan.
I'm the third generation revelation, Aiden Blaze.
Alright, so topic on hand right away. Like I said, Royal Rumble tonight. First match, we had the Women's Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair wins. Feelings?
I feel that it definitely should have went to somebody else, but it was definitely, you could see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, as soon as you saw that, it came down to her, Nia Jax, and was it Roxanne? Not Roxanne.
Roxanne Perez.
Was it Roxanne Perez?
I think so. I think that's what they were saying.
But as soon as you saw that, it, obvious. I'm not a big fan of Charlotte. However, I think the reason why they're doing this is maybe give her one last big push run, because she's getting up there in age for women wrestlers, as it sits, before they start doing the guest appearances like how Trish does tonight, like Lita did, Mickey James. This could be like a last Nikki Bella, yeah. So this could be like a last push for her before she really takes a back seat, I think, maybe in her career. Because women do have a shorter career than men do typically, with a few and far in between. I'd like to see her maybe do more than typical Charlotte Flair stuff. But then again, maybe they're also doing this to put over even more like a newer champion.
Yeah.
Because right now our champions are Rhea Ripley and Tiffy Stratton.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something where she's going to challenge Tiffy just to really push Tiff.
Yeah.
Or she might reignite her rivalry with
Rhea.
Rhea.
Well, that'll give Rhea the win back if Rhea maintains it at Mania, because was it Mania of 2020? Was when Rhea had to drop the title to Flair to begin with.
Yeah.
So maybe this could be kind of like that win back.
Makes sense.
But they already had a Mania match. Yeah, they did. They already had a Mania match to where they got the back. So I think maybe she's going to be going, maybe pushed against Tiffy to put Tiffy over.
Give her the rub.
Yeah, give Tiff that rub.
I like that.
So if that's what they're doing, great storytelling there, and that'd be great for Tiff Stratton for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Then we went to the tag match.
That
was a great tag match. That was great.
Really good.
One thing that I heard them say was that the Motor City Machine Guns were like the innovator of the cruiserweight tag team style, and I'd like to correct that. Way before this goes back to earlier 2000s, before Motor City Machine Guns were a tag team. Christian York and Matthews, the Matthews that would come out with that Eminem.
Yeah.
With Morrison.
My personal favorite, Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, but I'm saying this tag team was before them.
Yeah.
So York and Matthews were an ECW.
Oh.
The original ECW, not the WWE rebranded version of ECW, the original ECW. And that's the style they had. So they're saying, innovators of this style in the tag team division. I think that it's one of those things that maybe made it more mainstream.
Yeah.
Because Christian York and Matthews, they were a fantastic tag team. So I just wanted to give that nod over to where I believe that kind of innovation came from. But yeah, definitely an amazing match. I like how they did the interference to make Motor City Machine Guns still look strong at the end, and still put over DIY.
Yeah.
Thoughts, comments about the match, like favorite parts of the match maybe, or things that stood out in the match for you? I mean, it was a snug match.
Yeah.
Really snug.
Almost everything was snug.
Yeah, there was. I could barely see any daylight.
Yeah, so that was a very crisp.
That's what I love to see in matches, because I know when I'm in the ring, I like it in there.
Yeah.
Makes everything so much nicer.
Yeah,
And
right, left bleeding.
With that,
They left bleeding.
yeah, they definitely did.
And I bet they're happy about it too.
Oh my God, yeah.
Straight.
I like how they utilize just about every facet of tag team wrestling. You did the false hot tag,
Yep.
right? They did that. They did the the typical heel tag team work. It was just a really great tag match, and I think it's one of those that's probably going to go. People aren't going to really. They're not going to amp it up as much as it was. Like it was a really great tag match.
Yeah.
I think that they should. It's definitely a highlight.
Especially in a time where WWE doesn't necessarily do much with their tag teams.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. They do very little, and then it's like these guys are taking this role super serious, which I like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then right after that was our heavyweight, our WWE undisputed WWE Championship match. Is that what the title is? I'm not sure. Universal, but holy shit.
Yeah.
There were some
was a
spots.
crazy
There were some
fucking
spots that it was like, but then a lot of that match was really great, and the finish, that
Oh man.
that Alabama slam, and just Kevin Owens just eating his own ass at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
The way his head just went right in between the
yeah,
fucking
it was
ladder.
perfectly placed. It was perfectly placed, absolutely. So kudos to both Rhodes and Owens for that. Secretly, I was hoping Owens would win. So when he's climbing up and you see like the long shot, I'm all like, please, Sammy, please jump in there. Please, Sammy.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were nodding to when he
Yeah,
said,
'cause
"Oh,
Sammy
you got
came
my
out.
back, you got my back."
Yeah, and then Sammy came out.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, this is
are they
it's gonna
gonna-
happen. But I like the tease.
I love how the whole entire time it could have went either way.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not that, a lot of times I personally feel like there's a lot of fanfare and you can see stuff happen from a mile away.
Yeah, transparency.
Tonight, it really did feel like, anybody could have won it.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's even with a lot of the different the matches too. I felt like a lot of the like the women's Royal Rumble, when Alexa Bliss came in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like because you were saying earlier how she's not coming back, and then boom, there she is.
Yep. And then boom.
Yeah, so it was like one of those things. She came back, I was like, oh my god, and then of course I want Liv to win because I'm a big Liv Morgan fan.
I wanted Bailey myself.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, great presence.
Cool, man.
Yeah, she's gonna do great things in WWE. When they bring her over, especially like I'd like to see stuff with her and Jade Cargill because they're both just powerhouses. And she picked up Nia Jax with relative ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not Nia Jax. I'm sorry. Piper.
Yeah.
Piper Niven. Yeah. Yeah. Usually when you're picking up somebody and it's like they're so much like bigger. You have that leg quake, and there was none.
Yeah,
so
she was
that goes on both Piper for posting well. So kudos to Piper for that, and then also Jordan for being just a freaking power monster.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then last but not least, men's Royal Rumble.
Yo,
Not disappointed.
Not at all. That
No,
was surprising.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to go at all the way it did.
Yeah. No.
Like,
No. So we see a few storylines unfolding.
yeah.
Obviously, the continuation of Punk and Rollins.
Rollins.
And then Rollins and
McIntyre.
no,
Or not McIntyre, fucking
Roman.
Roman.
But let's talk about it. Jay Uso.
Yeet. Winner.
Like when it came down to them two, Cena and Uso, I was like, oh man. Like I can see why Cena, because last WrestleMania you give him the nod to the main. But it's like, come on, I really like to see
Yeah.
Jey Uso win it. And they did.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, and like you can feel the emotion in him. Like he's been through so much in his career with WWE, and then always being labeled the tag team guys, and here he is now like main event Jey Uso is
Yeah.
main eventing WrestleMania. And I feel like he could become, like, you hear WrestleMania, a lot of people will say, oh, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels. What if Jey Uso becomes the next Mr. WrestleMania?
Mr. WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I mean, you give it to somebody who's the underdog, or somebody who, just wants that mantle of, you know what, I'm taking this, I'm running with it.
Yeah, and I could honestly see him with that.
And Michaels wasn't given the title Mr. WrestleMania because he had the main event spot all the time. It's because his matches were the must-see matches of WrestleMania, every WrestleMania. So you get somebody like Uso in there who wants to push that boundaries. He could possibly do that.
Yep. Again, one of those rumbles where everything felt greatly placed.
Yeah.
The entrances, their numbers, predictability was, you didn't really know what was going to happen.
Yeah, especially when Rollins, Roman, and Punk all got eliminated in one swoop.
Yeah.
Like,
there
boom.
goes like half the people that I expected to
actually win it.
Yeah, I'm like
any one of those three winning it would have been like, okay. And then it's like, what? Them three are gone?
Yeah.
Right, like, with the elimination of Drew McIntyre, like, it wasn't a big build-up for him to go out. It's just like, boom, up and over, boom, done. It's like, what? There's a lot of unexpectancy, which is just great.
It's very real, raw.
Yeah. Raw. You did that on purpose.
Yeah. How about Penta?
Yo.
Penta lasting as long as he did.
Yeah.
Basically until what? Oh, like over half the match, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like the last 8?
I think it was like last 8.
Yeah.
Something like that. And had amazing showing. I'm sure he was nervous as hell.
Oh yeah.
And definitely very, feeling blessed and honored in the position coming over from AEW. And the way they mistreated him and his brother near the end, because they were featured.
Oh yeah, they were heavily featured, and then it was kind of like,
boom, just chucked out of the toy box.
Yeah. So yeah, like the only thing I will say is I was excited because it started off with Rey and Penta.
Yeah.
I honestly did expect a lot more of that lucha style for that first. The first minute?
Yeah.
I was expecting that for that first minute.
Yeah.
That real lucha style, and they really didn't do that much.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, and I don't want to say disappointing. That's the only thing that I was kind of expecting that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be disappointed with Rey being Rey Mysterio. Like, the guy's a legend. Like, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he's still active.
Yeah.
Very active.
How many other Hall of Famers can say that?
Edge is active, but kind of.
Yeah, he's over.
He just got back from an injury.
Yeah.
But other than that, not much, because they all turned part-timers.
Yeah. That's kind of what Edge is now.
Kind of.
Or Cope.
He's doing stuff with FTR.
Okay.
Rated FTR is what their tag team is called.
Gotcha. Okay.
Almost like Rated R.
Rated R. Yeah. I like it.
That's cool.
All right. So
Joe Hendry.
Yo.
Yeah.
Was not expecting
Joe
that.
Hendry.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah.
That was a big pop.
I'm very happy with
That's for sure. That was. Yeah, me too.
I wanted him to I wish he would have lasted a little longer.
Yeah.
But still, TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So we had I like the partnership with TNA and WWE.
Yeah.
That's kind of how when I heard AEW got ROH, that's kind of what I was hoping for there, where ROH would still be almost its own thing.
Yeah.
And not exactly part of AEW. So it would literally be ran on its own, as its own show.
Yeah.
Kind of like TNA's doing. Like they're running, it's being ran almost like its own show. Or like an NXT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. But I think that Ring of Honor's legacy stopped when it got bought out by AEW. Not that its legacy is tarnished. Like, you can go back and watch Ring of Honor shows from before then, and it's still going to be an amazing watch.
Yeah, it's just not.
From that point forward, it's no longer what Ring of Honor was.
Yes.
Which brings me really quickly to a point I want to bring up. I think the next Ring of Honor is GCW.
Oh yeah.
Game Changers.
Yeah.
Because they're blowing up.
Yeah, they are.
You know, and it's not because of any one or two people that they have on the roster. It's because of the quality shows they're putting together.
They're working with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I mean, didn't Shayna Baszler pop
WWE,
there?
Yeah. Matt Cardona's there all the time.
Yep. Oh, he's part of the roster, like an active roster member there. But I think the show indie promotion is GCW.
Okay.
And I'd like to try to get a expert of GCW over here.
Yes.
Not going to mention any names until we're able to. I'm able to talk to him and confirm it, but I'd love to get both of them.
Yeah.
To come here and join our little podcast.
Yeah. Soon we'll have guests. You know,
Yep.
if you guys have anybody that you want to request, you know, if we're able to make it happen, we will definitely try.
Absolutely, we will.
It would be awesome to get people with experience because I would love to pick brains.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe we could do something along those lines when we're getting ready to do shows. You know, pop somebody that's from the roster on, hey, come the night before, we'll do a podcast, or stay the night and we'll do the podcast after, and we'll talk about, pick your brain. Because I'd like this to be all about not just what we're watching, obviously, but what we're experiencing on our roads, on our journeys, and the guys that we travel with and work with on these shows. Mm-hmm. So, I want to hear road trip stories. I want to hear, like you said yesterday, what kind of what did you say? Not bloopers, but botches.
Botches,
funny botches that has happened. So that's going to be an episode. Road trip stories, restaurants that you go to after shows. I feel like some stuff like that has been kind of a thing of the past now. Whereas growing up in the business, that was the thing, is you always went somewhere afterwards, and a bunch of the boys went too. It was always, where are we going to eat after this?
I feel like it really died down, for you and I, after,
probably after COVID.
Yeah, after COVID.
Yeah.
When you were working with WXW a lot, we were going with them all the time.
Yeah. That was always fun. We'd either stop at with Samu and they ate at the diner, or with the boys at the Woodies.
Yep.
Down in Allentown. Knock that off. Joey repping the EHW here.
EHW, March 18th?
15th.
15th. March 15th.
Yep. March 8th is WCW.
Yep.
And March 1st, we're down at Riot Pro.
Riot Pro. Yeah. Very excited to be back on the road and, bumping. Gotta stay bumping.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That mat, that good comfort. Slam.
You good, brother? Is the CT kicking in?
We don't joke about CT.
Yeah. we don't joke about CT.
Yeah, no,
that's taboo.
Yeah.
All right, so should we focus on another? Should we jump into another thing right now, or should we let it go? Have this be a shorter session, or jump into make it a little bit longer?
We could let us know in the comments what you want us to do. You want longer videos? You want shorter videos? Give us more ideas too.
Yeah.
We're always thinking.
What do you want to see? Definitely want to get Devin Thrasher in here. I miss that guy.
If you hear us, if you're watching. I put up the 1.
Love you, brother.
You're number 1 in my heart.
Yes, indeed.
But I guess we'll wrap it there.
Yep.
You know, great Royal Rumble.
Yes.
They kept us on our toes. You know, the great storytelling, great booking. Not a lot of botches at all. There was next to none.
Yeah, it was very clean.
And if there was, we couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Before we end, what was your favorite spot out of the entire Rumble?
The entire night, like the Rumble matches, or
just
the entire show. It would have to be the Owens, Cody spot at the end. It would have to be that.
Yeah, that sticks out so good. That was such. That was beautiful. It really was. It really was. One of the spots that stick out to me is when Fatu got eliminated. He went ape shit. Oh man, he threw the announce table, the cover. Then he grabbed the chair, chucked it halfway across, and stuck in the ring rope. The refs had to come out, and that you know, him almost reminiscent of when Brock Lesnar did it. When he got eliminated.
Yeah.
So I like how they're building that feud up between Braun and Fatu.
I'd like to see Braun Breaker and Fatu as well.
Ooh.
They kind of teased that. They teased it.
Planted those seeds.
Yeah.
It was good. You know, there's so many different potential things that they can do. They set up at least 2 years worth of storylines.
Easily. Oh, yeah. But anything else, or?
I think we're good.
All right.
D. Joseph Jordan.
Aiden Blaze.
The Jade Angel Draven Blaze.
Jaded Angel Wrestling Podcast.